So when both my boys, they left home, there was a void, and I did not want to be just doing the job kind of a thing. I wanted to start my something own, and that's where it came up to become a home chef, which probably everybody could see inside me from years, ages. And the feedback of the customers and the love they have been showering, and from one customer to getting four other customers by word of mouth, that's been my energy force behind this all. And so it's been really, really happy, fulfilling, contentment kind of a journey. I still remember it was first Rakhi when I started this work. My husband, he sat down on table twice so that we could tie Rakhi. But it was, I started my day, I slept at 2 o'clock at night a day before. I started my day at 5 o'clock. So 3 hours of rest, no sleep. So that was all I got. And I started at 5 a.m. And it was 4 o'clock when he sat down here saying, चल राखी बांधते हैं. मैंने कहा अभी तो टाइम नहीं है, अभी तो ऑर्डर्स जाने हैं. देन 7 o'clock ही सेड राखी बांध ले, पूरा दिन खत्म हो जाएगा. ही सेड नहीं, अभी टाइम नहीं है. रात को 9 बजे when I was through with my orders, I had no energy to tie राखी. You know, sit down, do टीका and मीठा प्लेट में लगाओ. So and that was the first Rakhi, and he had literally, he was so upset. Then my elder one, he's in hospitality. He said, Dad, you have to realize the festivals and all those occasions, whenever you are, the whole world is celebrating. In this profession, welcome to the hospitality world, because that would be the day when everybody would be enjoying themselves and she will be slogging.
How different is it for a woman to take up a business and start doing the kind of work that you're doing? Are there any gender-specific troubles you think you face?
No.
How have you handled it?
Not at all. I think women, they are, very much empowered. It's just about realizing that how much they can do on their own.
What is this you're making?
I'm making cutlets with mutton.
You moved from being, a homemaker, you were also helping your husband, and then you started something of your own. What has it meant for you at different stages of life?
So probably I flew with the flow always. When my boys used to be in school, I used to be at the factory with him. And the moment it was time for them to get back home, I used to come back home. So managing, work and home wasn't difficult at any point. But yes, everybody wants to have something where they're boss of their own. Not that I wasn't the boss in my husband's work, but yes, he was the boss, and I had to take a few, the instructions and the. Previously, I was a teacher, and it was very difficult for me to leave a wonderful job. It was not in terms of only the pay. I loved being with children. I could spend hours and hours. So that was a little disheartening, of course, that I had to take back but then my boys needed me. So, see, whatever you love doing, it's very difficult to leave that. And nobody is happy if they're well settled in any kind of work. It's very difficult to leave. But then I think before being a businesswoman, we all women, take the responsibility, take the charge of being a mother first. I think we have picked up from our mother. All Indian mothers probably, they have different roles to play, being daughter, daughter-in-law, mother, wife. And my mom, she used to run a boutique, and she also used to take classes, cooking classes at home. I've inherited that cooking part from her. And so yes, those days, so many helps in terms of, keeping house help and all, they were not available. But now we are blessed that we have all those sources also. So looking at them, if they have done it beautifully, it's easier for us to manage.
Do you have any regrets?
No.
Changing track?
No.
How come you never thought of going back to teaching?
Balance is the most important thing. Even if you're not working, so people who are like, there are ladies who are homemakers and they're not working. So devoting full time to kiddos or their hobbies, I would say please don't do that. Take out some me time. That's very important, because before anything, you have to take out time for your own self. Then only you can create a happy environment. the moment you have you're doing for masses, not for class, the things change. You'll not be able to give them personalization. You will not be able to give them customization. You won't be able to focus on what their requirement is, in be it in terms of food, like moderate, spicy, or mild. So these things just go out of your hand if you have a whole team, because you're not doing it yourself.
Who's your biggest cheerleader?
My mom, she has been an inspiration. She was here last week, and I was like little low that no, I don't want to take this order. You guys are here, and my boys are here, so I just want to. She said, no, work is work. We all will manage. We can accommodate it our time. We can go later in the evening, but you have to take the order and execute. So no ways that you'll say no. It's not important for anybody else or just to tell the world that you're working, or your family or anybody else, but the kind of confidence, the kind of you know the sense of being independent and identity and all those things. A woman who does something, it may not be too much, in terms of finances. It doesn't have to be really large, but that small little thing, yes, it's been a taboo for Indian women to do, but we have so many women entrepreneurs, the CEOs, and many other women who have set an example for us to come. And where being a warrior means that if you are proud and passionate about doing what you're doing, one would never want to be anonymous. It's always, the recognition, the identity you have created for your own self is like, that's what you are.